We're in the gardens of Caversham House here in the Swan Valley. I'm with Carl Montgomery. Carl, you've helped us organise this wonderful day today. We're going to have a great trip around the Swan Valley and visit some fantastic places.
Yep.
I'm standing behind a Norton F1. Tell me a bit more about this baby.
They made 136 of them in 1991 and another 66 F1 Sports in 92. 91, 92. And that was it. And they made them in order to be able to race them. And when they were racing them, they were winning a lot of events.
Mm-hmm.
They won the TT in, I think it was 91. And then they changed the rules. They were so fast, they changed the rules, called them a 1.8 litre rotary. It's actually a 600cc rotary. Changed the rules so they couldn't race anymore.
Okay, and when did you get hold of this one?
About 2 or 3 months ago. It was bought by a gentleman who lives in Perth, and he bought it brand new in England, imported it to Australia in 1998, where it spent most of the time on static display. And I've spent the last 8 or 9 weeks trying to get it to the point where it runs.
Right, and it's running well?
It's running pretty well.
Realise that we've got a lot of old bikes here today. You're not going to be zooming off in front, are you?
No.
You're going to be hanging back a bit.
It'll be ugly because it doesn't go very well below 3,000
I
RPM.
can bet. No, it sounds pretty spectacular. It's totally different from a normal sound of a bike, isn't it?
That's correct, yeah.
It's got an interesting sound to it. Well, how would you explain it?
It's got an idle that's called a lope, and it starts to sound. It sounds a little bit like a whippersnipper to start with, and then as the revs pick, it starts to sound more and more like a turbine. And it howls, absolutely howls when it's close to redline.
Well, we're going to have a chat with a few other people, possibly a cup of coffee if they organise one.
Yep.
And then we'll head off to our first place, which we're stopping at the Kimberly Run Company. Still here at Caversham House. Now, what we've got behind us is probably one of the best buildings in the Swan Valley. Beautiful building, got some beautiful surroundings, and in front of it is one of the classiest bikes ever built. Brough Superior, this is Ron, and Harris. Pleased to meet you, Harris. This is your dad's bike, I believe, isn't it? Probably going to be passed down to you, I should think.
Not too quickly, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully, hopefully not.
No, my father built it, restored it from basically from the ground up. A collection of very rusty parts. He's put a lot of time and effort into restoring the machine to the condition you see it today. A lot of the parts, you can't walk down to the local Brough Superior shop and buy them anymore, being a 1929 model. So a lot of the parts and fittings he's actually made himself.
Oh, fantastic. He's an engineer, is he?
He is. He's a retired fitter and turner.
Oh, wow.
So that's come in very handy with a lot of the jobs that he's had to do.
And how does the old girl go?
It goes very well. It might be old, but it's still quite good. They were obviously the top class motorcycle of their time. It'll still hold good road speeds today on today's modern roads.
I'm here today with Bill Bill Cullen, who owns this. Now, Bill, I think you should tell us a little bit about this trike.
With the 2002 Oz trike, it's a chopper 4. They're built in Gosford in New South Wales, and we bring them across over here.
So how long have you been bringing these across to Perth?
We've had Trike World going now for about 6-8 months. We're starting to get sort of orders through. We sold 2 this month. Both of them were chopper 4s. One of them will be here a little bit later.
Yeah.
And we're sort of carrying spare parts and accessories and things like that aimed more at the trike people rather than just the bikes.
So tell us a bit about the specs of the trike. How many cc's is the vehicle?
This one's got a 1940cc, basically a Volkswagen engine and transmission in it. It has the highway gears in it, which gives us a little bit better cruising speed. It's got long range tanks. It'll do about 700 k's range, and it'll quite happily cruise at 110 with a trailer on the back.
That sounds fantastic. Sounds like a great thing to have. Now, just for people out there that don't know much about the trikes, like myself, what sort of price range are you looking at to start to get into this sort of vehicle?
You can come in with a 2-seater at about $30,000 plus on-road costs. Freight will cost you about $1,800 to $2,000 come from Gosford. To replace this one here, you're probably looking between $48,000 and $50,000.
Wow, so it's not a cheap hobby, but if you're interested in it, it's very interesting. And colour schemes, I'm really liking this purple here. What sort of colours can you get them in?
You can get them in all different colours. These are actually not painted, they're a gel coat, pretty much like you would see on a speedboat or that sort of thing. They range as far as you want to go with the colours, and you can have them. This one has a metal flake in it. You can have them with multicoloured metal flake, with different sizes. So you can customise them pretty much as crazy as you are.
Yep. Fantastic. So you've sort of got to be a bit eccentric, I think, to be out there on something like this. And
you can't be a shrinking violet.
No, I would say that they'd attract quite a bit of attention.
Oh yeah. You go down to get a loaf of bread, and it's a 20-minute just to get bits and pieces.
Well, I don't know about anyone, but I think it's pretty fantastic and pretty unique, and I think it's great. Thank you so much for your time
Anytime.
today, Bill. I'm
No worries.
really impressed.
We are first port of call, Kimberly Run Company. That's right, isn't it?
That's right, it certainly is. It's the Great Northern Distillery side of it.
Great Northern Distillery.
Yep.
Yeah. Now you're going to give us a talk in a minute and show us how all this stuff's made, aren't
Well,
you?
we're going to take the boys for a walk through and give them a bit of a surprise.
Yeah?
Yep.
Do you reckon they might taste a little bit of run today?
I think they may have 1 or 2. We were on a 3-drink limit here, so a lot of the bike guys like coming here because it's a nice, pleasant drive, and we cut them off at 3 drinks so they can at least get home safely.
Well, that's good, because they got a little bit more to go, actually. I think it might only be one. Might only be one. Now, we're standing here behind this awesome 1916 Harley Davidson, owned by Spencer from the Vintage Motorcycle Club at WA. Now, Spencer, tell me a little about this machine.
Well, we've had it about 45 years, I suppose. I did it up about 30 years ago, I suppose.
Yeah. And what size engine does it have?
1,000 seat.
This is a bit different from the Harleys you normally get pulling up here, isn't it?
It certainly is, yes.
Normally they're slightly more modern. So it's been in the family 45 years?
Just our family. I got it off an old fella that, on the condition I didn't restore it because his son was killed on it.
Oh, right, okay.
And anyway, I've got a 1917 and I wanted this for spare parts.
Yeah.
That's what I told him anyway. That was in Victoria, so I came over here with it and restored it. But he wrecked it and spread it over 5 different farms, all the neighbours.
Oh my goodness.
But he told me where all the parts were, so
you managed to...
Yeah, collected them all up.
Oh, brilliant. Now, who's done all the leather work for you?
The wife.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It is awesome. And you're going to be heading off to, are you heading off to the UK for this big trip?
No.
You're not going on the
make
vintage, no? No, because it'd be nice to get this over there.
Oh, and it's not real nice in the traffic.
It's not that good.
Well, I can't touch the ground for a start.
Well, there's a bit of a disadvantage.
And it's a foot clutch.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's a little bit hairy.
Yeah, it still does 85 mile an hour. I was doing 60 coming out catching up with you blokes. Oh, that's
Not
nothing.
bad going, is it? Not bad going.
No,
Well,
very
enjoy your run, and we're going to go inside and have a taste.
No worries.
Okay.
Cheers,
Let's
guys.
go.
Let's go.
Okay.
You can hear the east dying if you listen very carefully. You can do that.
We've moved down to Satella Winery now, and here with Gary. Gary, 1928 Ariel.
Yeah, 28 Ariel, 500cc.
Yeah, beautiful machine. How long have you had this?
Well, I bought it not in this condition, of course. It was
Better?
no, it was worse. Yeah, it was pretty buggered. It had half a motor, no wheels.
Oh my goodness.
No lights, no mud guards. There was a gearbox. That was it, really.
That was it. And talking about lights, you've got carbide light on the
Yeah,
front.
yeah.
Can you still get the stuff for this? Or?
Yeah, you buy carbide. Yeah,
Yeah, you can, yeah.
I got some carbide. Just put a bit in there.
Yeah.
They're like rocks. It produces acetylene when
That's
you
right,
add
yeah.
water to it. And there's a container there. You put water in it and you adjust the amount of drops going into the carbide, and it produces acetylene gas. And then you just get a match and open
Boom.
open it up. I wouldn't
So
wanna try
500
it.
single.
Yeah.
What sort of speed do you do on this then? Does it still tank along?
Yeah, about 50 mile an hour. You can go
not bad, is
faster,
it?
you know, but that's just how about
Yeah, well,
how
the
fast I
brakes
go.
would sort of,
Yeah,
you
brakes aren't
wouldn't
the
want
best,
to go too fast with the brakes, would you?
Yeah.
You belong to the Vintage Motorcycle
Yeah,
Club?
yeah.
Yeah? Good. How long have you been a member there?
Oh, about 28 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
30
crikey.
years probably, yeah.
Oh, wow. A long time. Is that
Yeah, it's
total loss system?
total loss, or they say
right,
return
okay.
to Earth. Return to Earth.
Yeah, return to Earth, yeah?
Yeah, there's a little pump down here, and the pump sucks the oil out. There's a container in there, like
Yeah.
a partition in there, and draws the oil out of the tank through this regulator, and you adjust the amount of drops going into the
Gotcha.
line down to the engine. Then it just sort of goes out through some breathers which lubricate the chains, the primary and the rear chain, and the rest sort of just goes
So
out
it's a
the
little bit
exhaust.
more complicated than just jumping on and starting, isn't it?
Well,
right
it is.
away.
Not really. You get used to
You
it.
get
but
used to it after a
yeah,
while.
Just got to retard the ignition a bit and then kick it over. Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot, mate.
No worries.
Thanks for letting us look at your bike.
Okay,
Cheers.
good on you.
Hey, we're here today with Lisa. Tell us a little bit about Scoot Frio.
Scoot Frio has been here for just over 9 years. I've had the business myself for just over a year. We hire out scoot cars and 50cc scooters.
Tell us a little bit about the Scoot cars.
Scoot cars are lots of fun. They definitely attract tourists and the kids. People like them to drive around to see sites in Fremantle or maybe down to Cottesloe.
And you also have a range of the normal two-wheel scooters. They 50cc's?
50cc's, yeah.
Yeah. Right. And what are you looking at for rental of either a scooter or a car?
Okay, the cars start at $40 for half an hour. Maximum hire on the cars is 4 hours at $130, $60 for 1 hour. And the scooters start at $25 for an hour. We do anything from hourly hire to monthly hire, starting at $25 for the first hour.
Now, what do you need to come down and ride one of the scooters?
Just a car licence to have held it for more than 12 months.
You've got helmets, everything like that ready for people to
Helmets
go?
included, yep. We don't charge excess kilometres, fuel included.
Brilliant. Well, I think we'll go for a quick spin in one of the Scoot cars and see what they're like.
Yep.
And
Go for it.
that'd be great. Thanks, Lisa.
You're welcome.
Yes, that's it on 2 wheels.
You're driving out, I'm such easy prey. You're driven the organiser of the ride today, and I've noticed there's a lot of riders who've got L plates on their bikes today. So I've got Roz here who's coming out. So, how did this ride all come about? What's the idea behind this ride?
Well, this ride's an actual international female ride day. So it's a ride that's rode in conjunction with all females around the world. It was started by a Canadian lady called Vicky Gray. She's from Motorists. The day is about encouraging women to get out on your motorcycle, whether it be a scooter, a moped, a 250. We don't care what CC your motorcycle is. It's about getting confidence out on the road, enjoying the day, and knowing that a lot of girls can be very intimidated by men and the bigger bikes on the road.
Everyone has that dream, you know, they want to get on a bike and they want to ride, but how do they make that transition from, okay, I've got my learners now, what do I do, what's the next step? So, Roz, what have you done? Have you been encouraged by other girls, or how did you come to be here today?
My older brother and his wife, Steve, who's also heavily involved in Perth Riders and coming out on the ladies' lounge rides every Thursday that Perth Riders organise.
Okay.
Had so much support from all the girls and the guys as well, but it's good having just girls rides because you don't get the intimidation from the men to go faster. Not that all of them do that.
So this is your bike that you're going out on today?
Yes.
Yeah, what have you got?
A Ninja 250R, it's 5 weeks old.
Very nice. You looking forward to it?
I'm so excited.
Excellent, excellent. It's a great
Anything to go on my
opportunity.
bike.
Okay, yeah. But it's a great opportunity for like learners,
Definitely.
newbie riders like myself to get out and actually get the experience and skills that we need. So, yeah, let's get to it.
Yeah.
I'm here with Jax today. Jax is attending the International Female Ride Day. Jax, I wanted to ask you a little bit about your bike. Compared to a lot of the other bikes here, it's quite a large size, and it's a cruiser, so it's a large size for a cruiser bike. So if you'd like to tell me a bit about it, how it came to be here, how you came to be here.
Well, it's an 1100 Honda Shadow Sabre, which is actually a US import. Because Honda basically didn't bring 1100s into Western Australia.
Right.
I won't say over east, but
Okay.
somebody's actually got one from over east.
Yeah.
And I liked it because it was a bit taller. So you've got a bit more, you don't need sixth unless you're really on the open road. And I needed a red bike because my number plate was already red and white. And I looked at it and I was humming and ahhing, and 12 months later I went back and it was still in the shop second hand, and they dropped it another $2,000. So
did you buy this locally?
I bought it down in Rocky.
Okay.
Yeah, it done 8,000 K.
Now, Karina, the ride's not just about getting girls confident and riding, really, is it? It's got another purpose for it, and a really important purpose.
Yeah, it does. It's part of this is also to raise funds for the Patricia Giles Foundation, and they support women and children who are victims of domestic violence.
Okay.
So Linda approached them to see if we could donate some money towards them from today, and they were happy even for $50 worth of money.
Excellent, excellent.
Because they just don't get any recognition, they don't get any money from the government, so anything that we can give them today will be...
So is it going to the mums or the kids? What's the money going to?
Today's donations will be going towards the children who are victims today.
Right, okay.
They tend to get forgotten even more so than the women who are victims.
This is our second International Female Ride Day. I don't know how many of you came last year, but it was a good indication last year on us committee girls trying to improve it again this year. I think that we've achieved that. Let's hope that you're in agreement at the end of the ride, that you also agree.
Yeah, we'll let you know later. We've made it here for our lunch break, and also a little bit of a raffle and a natter, which girls love to do, eat and talk. So I'm here with the committee that's actually organised the ride, and one of the things that's very impressive about this ride is the actual safety aspect of it. You girls gave us a debrief before we all left about the safety aspect of it, and these girls have been marking corners and all the rest of it. So tell me a bit about that with your rides. Are they highly organised like this every single time that you do them?
Absolutely. I don't think we could do a ride without a committee, a small committee like this. One person to take on that responsibility is just huge. It's all about sharing the road with the motorists and vehicles, and that's what it's all about, motorcycle safety. And without the help of the girls, the committee, corner markers and extra leaders, wouldn't have been able to do it.
I'm a newbie rider, so is it just through other riders that you've all shared the knowledge?
We just riding with other people who have been riding for as longer than we have. Like I ride the way I ride because I started riding with the girls.
Okay.
So you learn how to ride in a group and you learn how to take corners properly and you learn what is safe and what isn't safe. And people will tell you if you're doing something unsafe, you will get told quite bluntly what you're not doing right.
You also pick up other things, like I ride with my dad who rides and he's with the Ulysses crew, so they ride a certain way as well, and you pick up bits and go, well, that would work better with what we do. Sometimes the corner marking doesn't work that well because newbies don't get it, they don't understand that they need to mark a corner. That's why we had the way we had this time. We had this person's going to be corner markers, and they've got to make sure that they get back up to the leader so we can keep it flowing.
And Julie, have you found just coming, because you're a scooter rider, that now you feel like you want to upgrade to a geared bike?
It's quite interesting. I know you're laughing, but I actually don't know much about gears at all, which has always been my fear of riding a proper motorcycle, which is hence why I have a scooter. But just today's experience of watching from in a vehicle, it was just phenomenal. Just the mapping, the street names, the corner riders, the vests that you've all got, and everyone just watching out for everyone. I was really
has a really great feeling of trust amongst the group, so you automatically feel that even though I haven't ridden with you before, that you know no one's going to lose me, everyone's rather courteous with how they ride, and it's a safe ride, which is important because you want to come out and have these fun days, but you want to all come back safe.
You have to put aside the gender and your fear and just think, well, I like riding, so I'm going to ride regardless of what sex I am.
When I was learning, my dad refused to teach me. We just don't learn together, it's just easier that way. But I had nobody to teach me how to. I had to go to an instructor and every now and again go to my best mate, can you take me for a ride? And then he'd leave me and he'd disappear. So I never had that, let's go out riding, let's have a shadow. So now that I can shadow, it's like, right, come on, shadows, I can shadow now. Yeah, it's a nice thing.
Well, as you can see, there's lots of opportunities to get yourself on the actual bike, and a good way of doing it is with a group rather than on your own. So the girls here have got lots to talk about, lots to eat. So
is that cake? Is it cake?
Cake? Let's all go for cake then. For today's ride, I was fortunate enough to actually trial out the Paxton Cruiser 250. It's an ideal entry bike. It's a Series 2, so they've revamped the previous model. There's a lot of streamlining to it in terms of its design, but what I really like is that you can see what's going on while you're actually riding, because on the dash area, it's got a gear position. The fuel gauge is also on the dash there, a neutral indicator light, and also the actual indicators when you've got them on there, very easy to see. It's a low profile bike, so it's ideal for when you are first starting off, that you can touch the ground first of all, and there's a lot of balance when you pull up at the lights. It's not intimidating in terms of a cruising bike. It's a comfy position, got a lovely seat that you can get snuggle right into it and get comfy on the ride. It's also got a pillion seat too, comes with a sissy bar, but for under $5,000 it's well worth a look at because it's got an unlimited kilometre warranty on it as well for 12 months, which is ideal when you first start off on a bike, so you just don't want that extra worry of if the bike's going to break down and what do you do with it. So it's well worth a look at, the Paxton 250 Series 2 Cruiser. Well, Julie, we've had a fun day here with the International Ladies Ride.
We have.
Organised by Perth Riders.
Perth Riders, thank you so much to Perth Riders. Fantastic organisation, I have to say.
Leave it to the girls.
Leave it to the girls. Girls and cake.
Yes, definitely.
Today we've got a great show lined up for you. We've got some motor racing, as you can hear in the background, from Barbagallo Raceway and the Motorcycle Racing Club at WA. And I believe you're going to be teaching Simon to ride a speedway bike.
Well, we can try. We'll have a go. We'll see how he goes. Hopefully he'll get on all right, and I think he will.
Good stuff.
Yep.
And I'm also going to be looking at the Rocket 3 Touring today. But first of all, Barbagallo Raceway and the Motorcycle Racing Club at WA.
How's the national racing going for you this year?
Yeah, had a good start to the 09 season. We 8th in the championship, and that was at Phillip Island. We got a 6th and an 8th place, so we were pretty happy with that. Yeah,
Great.
Good start.
Now, round 2 was unfortunately cut short due to tragic circumstances.
Yeah.
Round 3, where's that coming up at?
Queensland Raceway in end of May. Yeah, so we go practice there on the 7th and 8th to try and get comfortable with the track, and we'll go back there looking for another, top 8, 6 result.
Okay. Now, you're running out of WA on the national calendar. How tough is that for you?
It's a lot easier this year since I'm living back here in Perth, so I'm lucky that I have an Arc Electrics provider. We leave a bike here in Perth, our 3rd bike, so yeah, it's all looking good.
Right, so you got equipment over east?
Yeah, we got a truck over east and 2 bikes in it, so we leave that there and we leave this back here to work on ourselves and do a bit of practice testing when we're not in over the East Coast, so yeah, it works out well, pretty lucky.
Now, last year was your first year contesting national rounds. How'd you go?
Yeah, mixed year. Started off pretty good, okay. It's a big step going to super sports, so it's a championship class. And round 2 in Adelaide, I had a big crash and broke my ankle. That sort of shook us around quite a bit. And I was living in Melbourne. It was just, it was a tough year. We finished off good though, with some top 10 results. So that's where we started off again this year. So it's, a lot of goods come out of last year.
Great. Yeah. Consistently building, consistently improving?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, every time we go out, we're playing with the bike, and we've learned a lot with Yamaha. There's a lot to learn with them. So yeah, we're getting on top of things. So hopefully this weekend we can have a good race. Yeah.
Great. Well, best of luck for the future national rounds.
Yeah, thanks.
And hope you enjoy the weekend's racing
today.
Cheers,
mate. Cheers.
Thanks, Cameron.
Daylight second now. Cameron's all got scared through on another 20. Particular second now. King is ready.
Right, we're here with Amy Pinfold. She's riding what sort of bike you're riding here, Amy?
It's a Merowaki 250 Grand Prix bike, 4-stroke.
Merowaki 250 Grand Prix.
Yeah.
How long have they been making these bikes, do you know?
Not long. Second year, I think they've been out.
Second year, because these are a 4-stroke as opposed to your normal Grand Prix 2-stroke 250 125.
Yep.
Are they much different to your one? I know you were riding the 2-stroke version. Are they much different?
They are a little bit slower, but they're 4-stroke, so usually 4-strokes are slower than 125s.
How'd you go in qualifying?
I went better than I thought. I got down to 1 minute 8s and I qualified at 4, so got in the front row.
Minute 8, front row?
Yeah.
Front row, so what, 1st, 2nd, 3rd on the grid? 4th? Okay, that's all right. You're on the outside, ready to go.
Yeah.
So, no, good to go. How long have you been racing?
I've been road racing. This is my 3rd year road racing, and before that I did speedway since I was 7, so 7 years.
Now, Raymond, looks like you had so much fun organising Kings last year that you decided to give it a go yourself.
Yeah, well, it was hard to stay away from it after an 11-year break, but yeah, it's a fun factor for me now. And Adrian Medham's been so kind to let me use his bike. It's an 04R1, but the fun in it, and I mean, I was a bit worried at 42 years of age coming back into it, but I have to admit it's fantastic fun, and anyone that's sort of thinking about it should do it. Just.
Now, how have you been going back after 11 years?
We did a club race 2 weeks ago, and I ended up winning the 1000cc class, and I got 3 second places in that. So it was I didn't expect that, but it was good.
Right.
I could have quit there and then. That would have done me.
Yeah, round champion. Happy with that. Yeah. Glorious return. And what was your last race bike?
I raced a Moto Guzzi back in 1998.
Right.
In the Thunderbike series.
That's a bit of a difference.
Massive difference. So, although I can't remember that back that far, but myself, Rick Gill, and I had a massive accident down at the last turn, and that finished me. I haven't been on a racetrack basically since. So, yeah.
Get back out there. Now the R1, is it enough bike? Too much bike?
It's enough for me. I mean, it really is. Like for doing club series like this, it's well within my capabilities. You know.
Right. Now you mentioned Adrian's provided you the bike.
Yep.
Who are some of the sponsors that are supporting you guys?
Alec Racing, which is Russell Farrow, Steel Blue are helping out, RR Motorcycles Repair Centre, and 5 Star Yamaha. So yeah, they've all sort of helped. Bell Ray Oils as well have been very good. So
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's been lucky to get a few sponsors at this stage of the game. Yeah.
I'm here with Rob Taylor and Simon Marshall. They're on this sidecar here. You come back after a bit of a break there.
Yeah, we had last season off, and we've got a new passenger this year, and we've come back and have a go at winning the state title.
Have a go at winning it?
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
You're here to do the job?
Yeah, not here to make up numbers.
And Simon, how long has it been since you've been on the side of one of these?
Oh, 4 or 5 years since I've been on one, so I've never been on a long bike before.
Okay.
Only on the short before, so it's the first time with Rob. So.
Okay, yeah, excited?
Very nervous.
So, yeah, nervous? I see you're shaking a bit. How'd you go in qualifying?
We didn't. We snapped the chain in qualifying, and we had to repair the back of the bike last night. So we just had to run then, scrubbed in a new back tyre, so hopefully we should be right in the first race.
Repair it last night, is that like, I heard you got some bit of the frame made?
Yeah, on the rear of the sidecar is wishbone set up and it bent one of the lower control arms.
Oh, right.
So we had to make a new section for that.
You're watching On Two Wheels.
Early in 2000, Triumph at its Hinckley factory in the UK decided that they wanted to take the motorcycle world by storm. They did this by designing and producing the largest production motorcycle ever built in the world, and that was the Rocket 3. Now, in 2009, look what we got here. It's a Rocket 3 Touring. It's even bigger than the standard Rocket 3. Same engine, but from there up, and same indicators. Everything else is different. We have a radically different motorcycle. It's designed for touring. Start the rear end of the Rocket 3 Touring. Lovely set of panniers. That's what it comes with. Great for touring. Plenty of room in them. Absolutely brilliant they are. Gone is the 240mm massive rear tyre of the Rocket 3. They've now replaced it with 16-inch wheels and a 180mm tyre, which is much, much better. It makes it much more manoeuvrable in low speeds. And the seat, absolutely incredible seat. It's a gel seat. You could sit on this seat for hours, absolutely hours. I would say at least 300 Ks before you even got tired. It really is a good seat to sit on. You've got great down here for the passenger, fantastic footrests for the rider, a great set of foot plates, absolutely brilliant. And as you can see here, if we take the camera down here, we've got your heel and toe gear change. Takes a bit of getting used to, I've got to admit. I've had a little bit of a problem with it, but it's not too bad. You've got to remember, I picked this bike up after 2 weeks of riding an MP3. The MP3 Piaggio scooter is a great little machine, but it weighs about the same as these side panniers. This little baby is 358 kilos. That's dry weight. So you stick a full tank of petrol in here and you're starting to head up towards 370 kilos. Standard Rocket 3 is 320 kilos, so it's a lot lighter, if you can call 320 kilos light. If we move to the dials up here, we've lost the big two dials that used to be sitting on the front of the Rocket 3. It's all moved down into the tank now, so it's a whole new design. It's got lots of information coming up on the tank, and in fact, if you look here, there's a little thing that says information, and you hit that and it will scroll through the different things. It'll give you distances to empty and that sort of thing. Very, very useful little bit of information. Also, remember, it's very close to the start button. And sometimes you can sit there for ages trying to start the bike with the information button because you've forgotten to press the right button. It does happen. I know someone who did it. Me. Okay, let's move to the screen. Great thing for stopping bugs, great thing for keeping you dry, keeps the wind off you, absolutely superb. But if you want to go naked, you can do, quite easily with the Rocket 3. Use two levers back here, you pull the levers in, you lift the screen up, it's very easy, and there it is, it comes off. Great for cleaning, and it's very, very simple to put back on as well. You just locate the two lugs, which are either side, push the screen down, and that's it, into position, all locked off, ready to go touring again. Fantastic idea. This bike is absolutely superb, and at 26 grand, thereabouts, brilliant. It's a great buy. Look for it. When you're considering a cruiser, make sure you have a look at the Rocket 3 Touring.
Welcome back to On Two Wheels.
So this is it. You're going out on this this mean machine.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be an interesting experience.
You're not shitting yourself yet, then?
No, I'm a little bit worried, but because I've got no idea what I'm doing. But I'm unfortunately one of those people that doesn't get fear.
There's no brakes.
No, there's no brakes.
There's no gear levers.
No.
Nothing. There's
115 horsepower. I only got the clutch and the throttle. Having a dirt bike in 6 months, I'll be fine. So.
Oh well, never mind. We'll see how you go, mate.
As I built the revs up,
yep,
I could feel the it just did go a little bit easier, but the problem is I've worn my legs out now.
Yeah.
Just having that confidence my legs not going to give out on me.
So hold yourself up.
But
see, the thing that we do when we're racing, we actually grab the accelerator like that. So
yeah.
When you're on the start line, it's on the stop. There's no stopping. There's no turning it off.
Yeah.
Well, he seems to be getting faster.
Now, Carly, tell me, you're a speedway girl.
Sure am.
How long have you been doing it?
I think I had my first ride just before I was 13.
13? My God. So, how old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
Just turned 21.
What is your ambition?
Well, at the moment, just having fun, really.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things, either you spend a whole lot of money and you go hard and you go to Europe,
Mm-hmm.
or you can just have fun and, like any other sport, just get out there and enjoy yourself.
You don't fancy going to Europe, then?
Used to, but it's one of those things, if you don't nip it in the bud when you're sort of 16, 17, 18, time just gets away and you sort of...
You get too old?
Yeah, you get too old.
21?
Yeah.
Too old?
Yep.
God, I feel ancient. So, but you've been over East, I understand?
Yeah, I've been over East. I did a full race season over in 2005, I think it was, over in Adelaide. Went to Victoria. Gilman's a real good track over there. So yeah, it was good to get some race meetings in, like, because they sort of race 2 race meetings a weekend when we race once a fortnight here, sort of thing. So.
Do you race at Kwinana as well?
I have done, not too much this season. But yeah, it's not a bad track.
Good.
So,
and I understand Corey's been taking you around a few different places as well?
Yeah, Corey's looked after me. We went to Mildura last year, went on a bit of a road trip, and yeah, it was good.
There's some stories there, is there?
Yeah.
We might have to have a word with Corey afterwards about that.
No.
So, your machine you're riding, what is it?
500cc Jawa,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much as is. It's got a vignettes and carby on it.
And what sort of horsepower are these putting out?
I thought it was like 80, but Corey reckons 115. So
115.
Yeah.
So you've got to hang on.
Definitely.
And we've just seen Simon going around now, and it shows it's not easy.
It isn't easy. It's one of those things though. Just the more riding you get, the easier it gets. Like it's once you know, and that's it, and you just work on that. So
fantastic. I understand you're the only girl racing in Australia.
Yeah, as far as I know, I'm the only girl competitively racing.
That's amazing.
It's just one of those things though. It's like I know a few girls get into motocross, but it's sort of a rare sport. If you don't get sort of grown up with it or pushed into it or know someone that's in it, you don't know about it.
I've got to ask, have you ever injured yourself?
Sure have. A few times.
Is this a list? Do we need to put a new tape in?
No, it's not that bad. Debut meeting when I was 16, did the collarbone. That was pretty good. broken my hand a couple of times.
Wrists and collarbones, from what I understand, are the most popular
Pretty
injuries.
standard injuries, yeah.
And knee injuries as well.
Yeah.
But you've been all right.
No, I haven't done anything.
You're walking
Touch
pretty
wood.
good at the moment.
Sure am.
Excellent. Well, look, good luck, and good luck with your racing, and we'll keep our eyes on you. Hi, Brad. How long have you been racing motorcycles?
When I was 4.
Well, you started when you were 4. Wow. And how old are you now? 20?
6.
Is that all? My goodness. Do you want to be famous one day? Do you want to ride big motorcycles like we've seen just now? Yeah? You want to have a go at the 500s? Yeah? What bike are you riding at the moment? What cc?
Pee-wee 50.
Pee-wee 50. Do you reckon I could have a go? Don't laugh. Did you think I could? No? Would I not be any good on it? No? All right then. So you race here at Wanneroo all the time, do you? So who brings you to racing?
My mum and dad.
Your mum and dad. And they like you. Do they race?
My dad does.
Yeah, what does he race?
A 500.
Have you had a go on it yet? Won't he let you have a go? Oh, he's boring, isn't he? That's not very good. You got a girlfriend yet? No? Oh, you probably will, because all the girls will see you riding there and they'll love you. They'll love you. So keep going with your motorcycles. So you're gonna be famous one day, are you? So we're gonna look out for you, yeah? Good stuff. Well, thank you very much, Brad.
Rightio, basically with Speedway, teaching the juniors to be safe, because there's a fence on the outside and there's nowhere to go anywhere else except for into the other rider. The safe way to get away from the other rider is to lay the bike down. So you actually jump off the side of the bike and dig the handlebar into the ground, and that actually stops you as quick as you can. Stops you quicker than head first into the fence. So if you see another rider in front of you that's crashed, you just quickly accelerate and drop the bike onto the floor. So
we're going to make a 6-year-old fall off a bike?
Well, he's only just turned 6. So
are you all right with that? You can do that, Brad? You can do it? He's going to do it. Look, he's going to do it.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely going to do it. Okay.
All right.
Well, we'll watch you do it then, and you can show us how to do it, yeah? Well, there you go, mate. I can't believe we're going to make a kid fall off a bike.
You have to be taught this, otherwise you pretty much like that. Same as on your BMX. Same as on your BMX, going down a hill, hitting the back brake and just turning it around.
Oh, he's going to show us again.
He's going to show you how to do it. Yeah, he's get his little bit of practice. There we go, you come down the straight.
There's an accident in front of him, he's got to avoid it.
He's got to avoid it.
And that's what he does.
That. Dig the foot peg into the ground and it stops you.
Okay, 6-year-old.
Yep.
Have we taught Simon to do that?
Well, I was hoping to see him go the other way, but it didn't happen.
No.
Nah.
No?
No.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah. We'll get him out on the sidecar and we'll see how he goes there.
Then he wiped his dad out.
Yeah, that's
so Simon's going to go on a sidecar?
Yeah, we'll get him out there on a 1000cc sidecar, see how he goes.
1000 cc's?
Yep, straight out of your road bike, GSXRs, R1s, all those sort of things. Yep, bolt straight into a sidecar, no brakes, same again.
This is just so much fun.
Yep, so I go like here, like that.
Yeah, and hold on like fluff with that one.
Yep.
Yeah. No, that one there, that's yours, yeah, hold on like, and then just fall forward, yeah, down onto there, yeah.
Okay, but...
Yep, and try and get your bum forward and everything. Yeah, like that, that's it, now
like
you're
that.
onto it.
Ah!
Alright.
Yeah.
That'll be a stretch.
We'll find out, won't we?
Down. As long as you can get the bum down.
Yeah.
Alright.
Perfect.
Alright. Well, I could crash in the pits, save me some trouble.
I'm Ralph, mate.
Simon, nice to meet you, Ralph.
Good. Are you with HBF?
I am, funnily enough. Gee, that was good. Brilliant. Oh, hope I didn't slow you down too much.
No, mate, that's fine.
Oh.
That was great. Gets your blood pumping a bit, don't it?
It sure does, it sure does. Once you can just get the hang of just weight back on the strokes to obviously keep your traction on the back wheel.
Yep.
And then just getting it as far forward as you can.
And you sort of watch the front wheel a bit.
Yeah.
And like what you want is you want it so it's going round with the wheel crossed up about there.
Yeah.
If it starts coming round like that, you need to get back.
Yeah.
And if I start straightening up or going understeer,
yeah,
you come forward a bit.
Yeah, okay.
So that's, you won't be going round about there to there, you know, and it's just what?
Beautiful.
Well, we sincerely hope you enjoyed our day here at Barbagallo Raceway. It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, always great to see the boys out and about racing.
Yeah.
And have a chat to them, see how they're going for the new year.
And we'll be back here again for some more?
Certainly will. Yeah, we'll try and keep me away. It's closest thing we got to any sort of good racing over here in WA, and I enjoy watching it.
And I've got to say, the Motorcycle Racing Club at WA, I mean, there's racing clubs around Australia, but these boys have really got it switched on. They really know what they're doing
For
here.
a group of volunteers, they do a real professional job, and it's certainly great to see them making an effort and seeing the same old faces back every year. They all enjoy their jobs because it's the same guys every year that you come up here, you see them working their guts out.
Probably the most professional setup I've ever seen. Absolutely amazing.
Well and truly.
Yeah.
And we also hope you've enjoyed the Rocket 3.
Yeah, the Rocket 3 was good, and I hope you enjoyed the Speedway as well.
Oh, yeah, don't mention the Speedway.
You're going to really have a good go at that?
I want to go back there now. I've got to get back there. I've got to get that thing crossed up and sideways. And
after being beaten by a 13-year-old.
Yes, and a girl.
Corey's just said, and a girl as well.
Yeah, got to watch out for the Carly.
And you got beaten by Corey.
Yeah,
our very own stick.
That's all right. We'll give Corey a shot on the. Well, I'll race Corey on a postie bike. We'll see who wins then.
Yeah,
I bet only one of us completes the race.
He's not very good at postie bikes.
No,
is
not
he?
at all. No.
Anyway, we hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you again next week.
Visit the On Two Wheels website for some giveaways.